Here it's about seeing the value in the students before they see the value in themselves is what I feel like happened to me. And I don't think I'm a unique case, in that. I think the more I've talked to people, the more I've heard similar stories. And because Monmouth is not just about getting an education, I've often said that it was here that I learned that it was possible for us to change the world.
I like to say it's a small school with big school energy.
Everybody's on everybody's team, if to put it simply. So I just feel like everybody's together, and I think being in a small campus, provides that Monmouth magic of everybody being for each other and about each other. Everybody knows everybody, so I could easily talk to a professor, and I feel like I'm not a number.
We had a lot of families that, everyone's really, really nice to us, and do they know we're here? Is it staged? Like, no, that's how we are.
I think there's a very strong connection throughout the community of students, faculty, staff, administrators. The magic happens in the in-between.
I think that is really special, that students can be so successful regardless of whatever circumstances they came from. One thing I love about our students is that they are very earnest, they're very hardworking, and they participate in discussions that they have in class. They're so active on campus.
Monmouth just has a way of employing the right caring, nurturing people who provide students with such a nurturing environment to grow and learn and discover themselves at a time in their life when they're transforming from childhood to adulthood.
When I'm in a classroom, I feel like I can have a conversation with the professor instead of just being another student. And that interaction in a meaningful way, the individualism that I feel as a student at Monmouth is unmatched. And so the faculty connections that I have make me feel validated as a student, but also as a person.
I think for Monmouth, because we are small and we get to know our students very well, we have the ability when a student sits across from me in this office, I know a lot of what they've done. I'm able to really help them dive into what their resume should look like because I recognize that I'll find things that aren't missing.
The opportunities that have been afforded to me at Monmouth, there is nowhere else that I could have been involved in so much and still have had so much success than at Monmouth. With the supportive networks that I had, with organizations that were made available to me, with the people that were by my side the whole time.
When I'm working with students that are double majors in physics and music, where else but Monmouth can you actually do that and graduate in 4 years and still maintain your sanity? And I really don't know of other institutions that I've worked at, that I've taught at, where that's possible. I think that's a big part of the Monmouth magic as well.
They give me the tough love when I need the tough love, even though sometimes I don't want it, but they know when it's needed and they know how to best support me and kind of guide me throughout my journey. And it's definitely not what I thought I was expecting, but pleasantly surprised with how well I've come to know my professors in both an academic context, but also with that kind of more stronger personal relationships with them too.
I've had students who I've done research projects with, who I've published work with, which has set them up well for their future careers and graduate school opportunities, and students who I've stayed connected with since they've graduated. And it's amazing to see the things that they do, as they go to law school and then start their careers, and to be able to be part of their story in their future.
I've found myself writing recommendation letters for both things within the institution in ways that I don't know how these students do it. They're excelling in their classes, they're playing a sport, they're also participating in all of the music activities, but also assisting with admissions and all of these things, and also working on research that will likely get published, and getting these jobs and promotions.
I think it's one of the things that we should cherish as Monmouth College is that concept of being a liberal arts school, because you can't measure the depth and the wonderful gift of having this wide swath of knowledge on multiple topics. And it's wonderful. That's this place.
I think Monmouth College is probably the best kept secret. We're sort of a gem hidden in the middle of cornfields. Those who aren't interested in seeking that out are missing out. Everybody knows your name. and that's not a bad thing. That's a safety net at a very vital point in your life.
Come sit in on a class, come meet with a professor, come talk to our coaches, talk to our current students. The best way to understand the Monmouth Magic is to talk to Monmouth's people.
The thing that won't ever change is the soul of this place, you know, and the soul of this place is centered on that compassion for one another and that warmth for excelling their students as far as they possibly can, and that true gift of bringing that magic. Because what's cool about Monmouth Magic, in my opinion, is that Monmouth Magic doesn't stay in Monmouth.